How's it going, everybody? I'm your host, the Carolina Collector. Before I begin, I want to say thank you to my supporters, my viewers, my subscribers, my neighbors, my friends, my family, for your continued support. I deeply appreciate it. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see and you enjoy the content, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe as the channel continues to grow. Smash that like button, comment in the comment section below, and hit the bell to receive notifications. Also, if you want to help to support the channel financially, I do have an eBay store called the Carolina Collector 001, where I've been selling graded baseball card slabs. Lately, I've been putting up some loose football here and there and various other items from time to time, so thank you very much. I actually got a couple orders out the door earlier today. A couple of my customers paid for their cards, so I actually printed out the shipping labels and pulled the cards, and they're currently sitting on my dining room table. Hopefully tomorrow, if the weather improves, I'll be able to get those out to you as soon as possible if you are subscribers to the channel. But if you want to help support the channel that way, you can do so by clicking on the link in the description box below. It'll take you right to my eBay store. As a matter of fact, my most recent auctions have done quite well. There's one customer that scooped up most, if not all, of the graded slabs that I was selling in the form of the Mitchell & Ness cards from Topps 2023 Chrome. And I think the same seller, you know who you are if you're a subscriber and viewer of the channel, is probably waiting to see what happens with that red out of 5 Bryce Harper from the same set. So I may release one big boy card from that set because I'm having a debate and I kind of want to do a video on that in the near future as far as buying and selling is concerned. But I wanted to talk about this because, especially what I'm going through currently in my personal life. And, we all have a past. There are things that we've done that we regret or are out of our hands, or, there are things that happen that we simply can't control. And, it's difficult sometimes when things get out of hand. I mean, I didn't ask for this current situation that I'm in. I was not expecting things to just take a turn like that. Everything that's happened with me here, if you've been watching the channel, just all of a sudden, came out of left field. I still don't understand why any of this is happening. But with that being said, there are certain people who, if you want to question their ethics and morals, does the punishment really fit the crime? And people make mistakes. We are human beings. We are not perfect in any shape or form. We have our flaws. Not everybody is cute and clever. Not everybody is handsome and thin. Not everybody is sexy and attractive. I mean, that's just how reality works. You don't see the animals in nature talking about their hairstyles and what type of shoes they wear. They operate off of what's called natural selection. So human beings, unfortunately, because of our ability to walk upright and speak and think and dress in clothing, we are supposed to be the top of the food chain. But as a result, as the most intelligent and resourceful of the species on the planet, we make mistakes. If God wanted perfection, we'd all be covered in 24 karat gold as far as our skin is concerned. But there's one man out there that I find this to be sinful because, this man, he may have made a mistake ethically, but really did the punishment fit the crime? And now that this man has passed away, they all of a sudden are talking about the Hall of Fame. And I see this a lot in our goofy human society when it's already too late for the individual to, relish in his accolades. But meanwhile, this individual is 6 feet in the ground. Or, in case you're scared to death, they have mausoleums, special little buildings that they build above ground because some people don't want to be buried in the dirt. Or, of course, there's cremation. Yeah, I know I'm getting a little morbid here, but we got to be realistic. We're talking about Pete Rose, all right? This is my one and only Pete Rose card from Donruss 1981. All of a sudden, they want to talk about putting him into the Hall of Fame. Why couldn't they do that when he was alive? You know why they're doing this now? Trying to get this Hall of Fame talk going? Guilt. Guilt because of the backlash by the baseball fan base and the sports fan base. These people don't want to look bad. The punishment did not fit the crime when it came to Pete Rose. I can understand if you were a murderer or a PDF file, if you understand the term, or you were aggressive in a certain way towards a woman. There might be little kids watching, so I don't want to say it directly, but I hope you adults can decipher what I'm implying here, the R-PE word. Or if you were a drug dealer or a human trafficker or something like that, yeah, you deserve whatever it is that you get as far as the punishment is concerned. But this guy made a couple bets. Every day we wake up, we make bets. Basically, if I drink that milk, will I get a stomach ache? That in and of itself is a bet, especially if you're lactose intolerant. Or maybe, you've been so busy you didn't check the expiration date on that gallon of milk you have in your refrigerator. You're taking a chance. It's a bet, basically. You walk out your door, you may get hit with a stray bullet. I'm not saying you have to live in fear constantly and be paranoid. But every day, every instance of your life is you're gambling, you're betting. I do the same thing all the time. Like, every month when I pay my bills, which bills do I prioritize before I run out of money? Let's just say if I run out of money, I have to place my bets. I have to, contribute to the lottery. Otherwise, I don't have a roof over my head and all that stuff. Same thing like when I go to the store. Everything is a gamble. What kind of food do I pick? Will it or will it not spike my blood sugar? Will it make me gain weight? Will it make me lose weight? Everything is a gamble. You get into your car. You don't know if you're going to get into a car accident. That's a bet. That's a gamble. So even though he placed a couple bets, nobody got murdered, nobody got killed, nobody got stabbed or shot or anything like that. Does it really fit the crime to push somebody off to the side like that? As great as a ball player as he was back then. It makes no sense. We are not creatures of perfection. We fart, we burp, we pick our ears, we pick our nose, and people actually eat it at the end of the day. Yeah, we have people like that, folks. We are not everybody's cute, not everybody's clever, not everybody's handsome. All this DEI crap that you see, it's nothing but a movement of jealousy. Did you see the statue in New York City of the big, fat, obese black woman that's up there? I'm not attacking obese people. I'm not attacking black women. I'm just saying that there are people that are so angry at those who are physically fit that is nothing more than an act of jealousy. All right? That's what it is. All right, when it comes to nature, the art of attraction is a fact. All right, hot, sexy women want Chads, Tyrones, and Juanitos with square chins, a fat wallet, muscles, and a pickup truck. That's what they want. That's the reality of it. Not everyone is meant to be married. Not everyone is meant to be, a millionaire or a rock star or what have you. That's just the way life is. Not everyone is going to make it. Point being is that, he's a human being, was a human being, past tense, excuse me. And he made some mistakes. And basically the whole time he was looking from the outside in. Doing his book tours and signings and all that sort of thing. That's a real shame. That one of the greatest baseball players essentially got swept under the rug. You have one such man who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. I'm wearing the uniform right now, or, the jersey. Don Mattingly. Never made it, never won a World Series, but he's one of the greatest baseball players that ever lived, arguably. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Why not? His statistics and his accomplishments reflect that. But Johnny Dumbass ends up getting in the Hall of Fame besides these guys anyway, and it sucks. But did the punishment really justify sweeping Pete Rose off to the side? I hate this aspect of human nature. I've learned to become a little bit more cynical as time has gone on, especially with what's going on with myself right now. That I'm in a situation I never wanted or asked for. And it makes you question your faith. It makes you question your even your friends and family. It makes you question everything that you believe in. It turns you into a cynical person, and sometimes it could lead to other things. Like in my case, it leads to depression and anxiety, and all that sort of thing, because you can't trust society anymore. You can't trust anyone with anything anymore. Do I deserve to feel that way? I'm not making this about me. This is not the me show. I'm just saying, does all of this really should it really impact people in this manner? And in my opinion, when it comes to what he did, look at what we have today. Sports gambling on cell phones and computers. Las Vegas is one giant, city based on gambling. Lottery tickets at every corner store, and even in Walmart too. And you want to punish him? Oh, he's dead. Oops. So now, because of human nature's bullshit of trying to absolve themselves from guilt, Major League Baseball all of a sudden unbans him. A little late, isn't it, folks? Don't you think? Where were you when he was alive? I see this crap all the time. You got a ton of people that are out there that accomplished so much in their lives, and they made one boo-boo, one mistake, because you've elevated these people into the realm of perfection. You've turned these people into pseudo-gods, and they make one human mistake, and then all of a sudden you want to tear them to pieces. We see this everywhere, and it sucks. And it shouldn't be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. But you monkey people make it like that. Yes, you are monkeys, human beings. And I'm not referring to, people in a racial manner. I'm talking about the species as a whole. Black, white, Spanish, fat, tall, short, all that sort of thing. You people are dumbasses because of the human arrogance of absolving oneself from guilt. Oh, we feel bad because he was such a great player, and so many people complain. Now we have to put him in the Hall of Fame. You should have did that when he was alive. Man can't enjoy that 6 feet under, can he? Dumbasses. It makes no sense. I hate this kind of stuff. This is why I really don't like human nature. I hate, loathe, and despise human nature, because human nature, with the exception of nature herself, we're the only ones that murder for revenge, love. We rob each other for personal gain. We lie, we cheat, we steal. Put him in the Hall of Fame. It's a little late, folks. You should have did that when he was alive. You'll recognize these two cards right here. Barry Bonds, another example of that. Here's the auto I pulled. You guys, if you're subscribers to the channel and viewers to the channel, you'll remember when I pulled this card. Barry Bonds, involved in steroid use along with Mark McGwire and Jose Canseco and blah, 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 blah. Don't they deserve a second chance? They messed up. They made a mistake. But does the punishment fit the crime? When did human beings become so arrogant that we have to be creatures of perfection and these godlike mythical symbols? We're not. We are shit-slinging monkeys that have to pull our pants down, squat in a toilet bowl, leave a little brown nugget behind, and then wipe. And hopefully it doesn't get on our fingers. Be realistic. That's what you are. You're ass-gas-passing monkeys. I can't stand this aspect of human nature that now all of a sudden we're going to put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame, or they might put him in a Hall of Fame. Who knows what Major League Baseball and Cooperstown are going to do? Why wait until he's dead? Do it now. How many people are out there right now that accomplished so much in their life and they made one little boo-boo, one mess up? Isn't there such a thing as forgiveness, a second chance, mercy? Not in human nature, there isn't. Humans also have this vile, evil, disgusting thing that when they see a person down on their luck, human beings love to step on people and spit on them. Their face is already in the mud, but you, Johnny Dumbass, want to take your foot and plant his face even deeper into the mud. It's not bad enough that that person fell down, but you want to keep him down. Again, this is another thing out of my personal experiences in life. I've had a lot of people fuck with me over the years, and I'm still going. Yeah, it's been a rough ride, but here I am, ta-da, as a Joker would say. Ta-da! No one is perfect. No one is God's gift to this planet. We are humans. We screw up. We have a right. If at first you don't succeed, you try again. Does anybody remember that adage or that old school saying, if at first you don't succeed, try again? When you fall down, you pick yourself back up again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Whoops, I guess we forgot what that means, huh, folks? This is 2025. We live in the age of cancel culture and cell phones and AI. Fucking lovely how humanity, we ourselves are responsible for stripping the humanity out of everything. Women using filters to cover up all the acne on their faces, or they put 10 pounds of makeup on their face. It's the Homer Simpson makeup shotgun. Homer, you said it to whore. I hate human nature sometimes. I really do. People are so hypocritical when it comes to these type of ideals. He made some mistakes in his life. He's done everything to repent in my eyes. If you're a person of belief in religion, there's no reason to have punished this man relentlessly like the way Major League Baseball did. They should have, in hindsight, put this man into the Hall of Fame, period. Didn't murder anybody, didn't kill anyone, not a PDF file, not a S-X offender, not a human trafficker, past tense. So what's the problem? All of a sudden now, you want to put him in the Hall of Fame? There should be a wake-up call. And don't be afraid to say these things, folks. I know a lot of you who are baseball fans, or even if you're not a baseball fan, if you're a sports fan in general, there are certain people that really messed up in their lives. And if they've done everything, when they've been, it's the sine curve. When you go down and you hit rock bottom and you pick yourself back up, look at Robert Downey Jr., for example. That's a great example in Hollywood. Even though he's a bit woke and he tends to lean a little left, he was down on his luck, fell on his face, picked himself back up, and look at him now. I kind of liked him in Sherlock Holmes, by the way. I mean, the Marvel stuff, it's like autism up on the screen. But he's a perfect example of that. He screwed up. He screwed up with drugs and all that stuff, and he picked himself back up, and now he's one of the best actors of our time, allegedly. But don't do this. Don't do this anymore. Everyone deserves a second chance. And Pete Rose will never get to enjoy the accolades of his accomplishments because of stubborn, arrogant, narcissistic, human morals, ethics, and behavior, and our stupid societal rules. If he falls, punish him! Punish him! Nobody will be there to help pick him up. Basically, you know what human beings do? And I'm aware of this as well because it's happened to me. When you fall down, everybody will abandon you. They'll turn their backs on you and walk away, and they'll leave you face down in the mud. You may have that one or two people in your life that will actually throw you a rope to help you pull yourself out of the mud. But everybody tends to turn their backs on those that find themselves face down in the mud. But baseball fans, especially today, took a good look at Pete Rose and said, that wasn't justified. It's still not justified. It's not right. It's not fair. This man deserves to be in the Hall. But now, guess what? 6 feet under. Too little, too late. Now watch there be street signs and statues and parades. Boy, I wonder if Pete Rose can see that through 6 feet of dirt on top of his coffin. Human nature. I fucking hate human nature. I really do. Do this stuff when these people are alive and living, not when they're buried underground. That's all I got to say. Take care. God bless. Stay safe. And I will see you all very soon.